Buffalo Fanatics. It's Don Brown. Yeah. I'm a fanatic, I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. 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 Just like Rico, going live, talking to my people. Cause the team's driven like West Hurt. Other teams can't, it's a repo. The opponents gotta call up Triple O. Bills Mafia, we heating up, we too electrical. We got bean the plug, electric show. We wired up, hit up Rico, he fired up. We know where we stand on the power ranking. Other teams fans in the comments hating, we block them all. We protecting Josh. Salute to him, he the general now. Rico got legends for interviews. How the Buffalo Bills got the best fan base.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy back at it again. I feel like I haven't been home in a minute. I tell you, back on the road. That's how we roll, baby. Let's go. What's happening, everybody? This is the Rico Report brought to you by the Buffalo Fanatics. We back at it again. Appreciate you. We're going to get into some recap and we go get into some things that we noticed about the game. And the biggest question for me that's standing out is, did we get our swagger back? I don't know if we did or not. Something tells me we might have. We might have hit something. Did we? Did we get something? Did we reach something? Did we get it back?
I think I got my swagger back.
I'm wondering. Did the Bills get their swagger back in the second half of that Titans game? It got me wondering, right? Some folks might say, wait a second, it was the Titans. Chill your black ass out. I don't know if I want to chill my black ass out because sometimes it just takes a little bit. Sometimes it just takes a spark. You know what I mean? For that fire to get a little bigger, doesn't it? How does a forest fire normally start? You know what I mean? Just a little something. Somebody smoked the butt end of a cigarette, flicked it, you know what I mean? Thinking he was done with it, and then boom, we got a big old forest fire, right? Did we get our swagger back? I feel like we're on the brink. I feel like we're on the, somebody said I'm on a double tree. You know what though? It kind of, I guess it would kind of be like a double tree. You know what the disrespect of is? All right. So I'm doing my thing, right? And director walks in and goes, hey man, what hotel you staying at? I was like, yeah, I'm just sitting at the one down the street because that's what the company, you know what I mean, lets me take. He's like, oh yeah? You're not staying at the and he names like the nicest hotel on the block. I was like, nah. He's like, oh yeah, that other hotel's not that, it's not that great. I was like, oh, you don't say. You don't say. Anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. He knows that. But now that I know, I'm gonna build that next time I come through. I'm staying at the top dog. I'm gonna say the director said, yo, it's not the greatest quality. You know what I mean? And put that on the director. I hope he don't watch this because you know that's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, back at it, man. I apologize if you guys hear that I'm a little raspy in the voice. But yeah, I mean, on the road, flying, all that stuff. Yo, that gets to you sometimes, man. But anyway, let's get back to it. You know what I mean? Let me get back to it. I got my boy in the back. We don't want to take too much time. Let me know, thumbs up when you're ready to go, baby. All right, listen, swagger. We're gonna get back to that swagger talk in a minute, but I'm limited on time. So I got my thigh doc coming through, and he's gonna bless us, I hope, with some information that we need to know. So give me a second. Let me just get him queued up a little bit. Do. There's my guy, the thigh dog. What it do, baby?
I'm in the dark.
It's all good. I can see you. You white. We good. If it was me, you wouldn't be able to. You know what I mean? I get the corny joke. Smile for us. Now we can see you. But hey, man, talk to me, the thigh dog. Listen, man, we got a lot of questions. Folks are asking who's going to be available, who's not. Is it serious? Is it not serious? Hit me up. Let me know. From the most severe to the least severe. Talk to me.
So who did we have go down? It was Dorian and Bernard.
Yep. Dorian Williams, and we had our boy Bernard go down.
So Dorian, I'm
Talk
not
to me.
too worried about. He bashed his knee into the turf, and then while he was in a kneeling position, he got hit back, so he twisted a little bit. Don't think that's much. He came out of the game. It was late in the game. They didn't put him back in. I'm not too worried about it. I'm calling him. He'll be playing this week. Bernard is a little trickier. That's the same ankle he hurt. Remember the video? His ankle just blew up. They had to put him in a cast. They thought he broke it. He didn't break it. He just sprained it. The good news is it's a lateral ankle sprain. Those are the ones that heal the fastest. Guys can come back in 1 week sometimes, but usually they might miss a game. And with the history of that ankle, I'm going to guess on a game they got to travel to the West Coast, he won't get as much rehab in-house. I don't think he's going to make it. But we'll see how the practice schedule looks this week.
So it's going to be a lot of Dorian Williams, a banged-up Dorian Williams, and Balin Spector. Oh, boy. Going up against Kenneth freaking Walker Jr.
Yeah, it's a bad matchup. I agree.
I don't like that matchup. I mean, tit for tat, I suppose, because DK Metcalf is banged up himself. I saw footage online that showed what kind of injury he had, where he actually flipped on his back, but the momentum of the weight had his knee and legs kind of flick away and come back, meaning it could be MCL. They say it could be a week, and maybe he could play this Sunday. Have you had a chance to look at the injury? And is it likely that he sits or he plays?
Rico, I mean, I don't usually venture outside of the Bills based on time, but I did nail that one before the report came out as well.
My God, talk to me.
It's a MCL. The way he landed, his legs were up in the air, his knee hinged out. The telltale sign that I don't think he's going to play is the cameras stayed on him when he got into the bench, and the trainer did a stress test where it checks the MCL, and he jumped in pain. Some Bills fans might remember when Josh Allen got his first UCL against the Texans his rookie year, and they did the milk test on the sideline, and he winced. He almost went down to a knee in pain. When a guy does that, it's week 8. He's a superstar. Way too risky to put him out there in 1 week. They have a bye week coming up after the Bills. I'm wholeheartedly assuming DK Metcalf's not going to play. Now it's their job to say he's going to try to play this week, because technically a very low grade MCL, guys do come back in a week, but it's usually like offensive linemen because they can wear the big hinged brace. They're not skill players. For someone like DK, if this was the playoffs, maybe wear a brace and play, but you're still only going to get a guy who's going to be doing go routes and kind of being a distraction more than a go-to player like he is for them. So I don't think he's going to play, and I wouldn't really actually even worry about it.
Well, I'm looking at the injury here, so I'm gonna try to see if I can share my screen of DK, because that's a big factor, because you already know that we're gonna have some challenges defending the run, and most folks know defending the run sometimes has been our challenge, and I'd like to be on the side of, like, you know what, we're not going to be as bad as I think we are going to be. No, but we are. We're going to be in rough shape if we can't get healthy. And then now DK being one of the pieces of this team. I don't know if you guys can see the screen now. Can you see that right there? Boom. There's that jump you said.
Yeah. That's where the knee snaps out. Yeah. And then it's very short clip at the end. I've seen another video where they play it out longer. So
yeah, for sure. But that kind of gives you an idea of what we're looking at in terms of injury. But on the bright side of things, it seems as though we have received Teron Johnson. He's multiple games in now, so he's back on track. He's not wincing. He seems to be now. He's playing hard without having to even worry about his forearm. That's always good news.
Counts. That's big.
No, that's massive. So that's I don't want to end on a bad news. That's a good note. Obviously, Taylor Rapp with that Guardian cap seems to be playing some good ball right now, and we'll take it. And Khalil Shakir seems to be back in his at his, I guess, at his explosive self with that 7 reception game for 60 plus yards. So he looked good. So, according to you, any wincing, any hobbling, or does he look like he's back to normal?
No, Shakir's good. He's only going to get better too. So now he's going to be another week out. He didn't retweak it. I'm starting to think it was more, there's 2 types of ankle sprains that we were looking at with him. His foot got folded underneath him. There wasn't a clear video. So it was either medial ankle sprain, which is worse than what Bernard has, or it could have been a high ankle sprain, which would have been the worst end. So I'm guessing this was a medial ankle sprain. He had to take 1 game off, came back a little light against the Jets, and now he's like 3 weeks going on 4 weeks post injury. He's gonna fly now, so he's good.
Well, I mean, listen, good news on the offensive side of the ball, some mediocre news, not great on the defensive side of the ball, and that's the middle of our defense. I mean, meat and potatoes. So based on what you know, based on, how banged up we are at the linebacker position, right? Milano obviously out, Bernard dealing with something, Dorian dealing with something. Trade deadline November 5th. Do you think the Bills may be looking to potentially add in that defense? Is there concern enough where they need to add a linebacker, or we're good at linebackers? It's just a matter of just getting healthy and making a late season run at a healthy late season run.
Yeah. So there was a little smoke. I think Jordan Schultz said they were still looking at a linebacker.
I saw that too.
Trade. All right, couple things about the linebacker. So even though we're going to get Milano back, I still don't know what kind of Milano we're going to get. I'm less worried about his bicep and still more concerned with the knee. Now he's going to be very rusty. He's missed 1.5 years. Yes, the knee's probably more healed because we're later in the season, but he hasn't had game reps. And remember, he was favoring his knee a little bit in camp. So I don't know. I mean, the team, I'm sure, knows. And if they're looking at a linebacker, they're probably a little on edge about how effective he's going to be when he does come back. I think Dorian Williams has been great. I don't think he's the headiest player. You still see him get a little
true.
He could get tripped up with misdirection. So you don't want him to be your linebacker A. He's a cool linebacker B. You can win with that. And Bernard he's looking elite. He's looking real good. I mean, that's his like instinctive, making plays. I mean, he's so good. Now he's got some history with the ankle. I mean, his foot got stepped on. It looks like a lateral ankle sprain. It got stepped on, which adds a layer. Anything can happen. There's other possibilities than just a lateral ankle sprain. There could be bone bruises. Could be a peroneal tendon issue. I don't know. The fact that he went back in the game. Okay, he went back in the game, so was feeling enough to do that, but then he realized after 2 plays he couldn't cut on it very well. He came out. He went to the locker room. He obviously got an X-ray. X-ray had to have been clean because he came back out on the bench without a boot on. So that's all good. I'm still, the most plausible thing is a lateral ankle sprain because that's what it looks like. That's how he responded. But if there's something rare that happened, that'd be bad news. If it is this peroneal issue, that would not be good. That would require surgery. Von had that early in his career. Porzingis had that in the playoffs. He taped it up. He played minimal minutes in the last NBA playoffs, but then he had to get it fixed. Basically, there's a retinaculum that holds down your peroneal tendon. It's a little tubular tendon that wraps around the outside of your foot. And if that retinaculum pops, it's basically like tape that holds it in a groove. Then that tendon will pop out. It's painful. Your foot gets weak and it can tear the tendon. Don't even worry about it. So I saw it pop up on the internet. It's not likely, but it is possible.
It's possibility. Not likely, but a possibility at the end of the day. So when a player, and the last question before I let you go, because I know you're ending your day of work. You ain't trying to stay in the car and chat with me. So last question for me. And then I'll ask you, and I have another question after that. So I'm lying. It's 2 questions. When someone does get injured, right? They go on the sideline, come back, play a couple, realize, it's not so bad, and then go out in the tent. To me, if someone's able to get injured, come back in the game because, it's not so bad. It's not as bad as I thought. Maybe it is. To me, that seems like I'm just going to take, we're handing this team handedly. I think I'm good enough to just sit and just chill out and not go back in. I feel like if they needed him, they would have put him back in. But you just never know with these injuries. I've seen players play with a torn ACL thing. I can play with it. By the end of the game, you're like, I tore my shit. I tore that thing. I was playing with it. So I guess you can never be too much. I didn't like the fact that McDermott was mum, didn't want to say what was going on with these two players. So I kind of was a little appeased by that. But sometimes it's a gamesmanship thing. Don't say much. I mean, I know I got to comply with the NFL rules by telling people what it is by Thursday, by Friday, but something definitely to monitor, and that is for sure, I'm sure. All right.
Yeah. So maybe,
Yep.
So to piggyback off that, no, that's a good point. So I don't know if he couldn't say if it was week to week. All right. So let's not worry about the worst case scenario, because if it is, then he's, and I don't think that's what's going on. It wouldn't totally surprise me if it was, but either or. He's got history on that ankle, so those ligaments are already torn. They don't repair those unless someone has instability of their ankle. A lot of us have rolled our ankles and we are missing our lateral ligaments on our ankle. A lot of you don't even know that. But if you got like an ankle that kind of swells up, it's a little loose, you definitely rolled it real bad when you were younger, you probably tore those ligaments. But you can play with them and you can get by with it. Some people are stable, some people are not. He obviously was stable enough to not have surgery and went on with his life. But now he's rolled it viciously again. So it's a cranky ankle. So potentially the coach is like, well, I don't want to say day to day because it might be a 2-week thing.
True.
And hopefully
Facts.
And it wasn't like, oh, he's getting a second opinion because the MRI is bad on that one. Dorian Sal Capaccio mentioned that he alluded that was a day-to-day. So that's why I'm confident he's playing. And based on the injury video, it doesn't look like much. And then the last one is Curtis Samuel, which was a real benign thing. He flares his left arm back pretty far because he gets pushed from behind. So his arms go up like this, like, I'm like, so what's up?
Yeah.
And then he came down on his right shoulder. I don't know what shoulder it is because no one specified. If it's the left shoulder, he might have felt it pop in and out. That's called a subluxation. It's not as severe as a dislocation, but that means he's going to have a labral issue. Pretty sure that's what's going on with Quentin Morris, but he's able to play through it. It just sucks for receivers because it's going to screw up how they can tolerate catch the ball.
Up, down, lateral, coming back. Yep.
So he would be a week to week unless the team thought we should shut him down and have surgery on it, which is a 6-month recovery. If it's not his left shoulder, again, I can't tell. It's either one or the other. He came down on his right shoulder, very benign, just looked like stop, drop, and roll. It didn't look serious. But he could have poked his AC joint, which also most guys can come back from a mild one in a week or two, but receivers do generally struggle and need like, a 2 to 3. Same reason, because they got to come up and catch the ball. Anything coming up and across body is going to hurt it. So I wouldn't assume Curtis Samuel is going to miss extended time unless it's what I said with his left shoulder, which would have been a subluxation / labral issue, and they think that needs to get fixed. But you guys usually put a harness on and play through it, but it's trickier for receivers. That's why it's a muddied up situation. I got to know what shoulder it is. So it makes a difference. Curtis, yeah.
Makes a difference. Well, I mean, listen, man, I'm glad that we have someone like you that can kind of keep us up to speed for dummies like myself that are like, okay, what's that mean? How long could it be out? What's happening? What's the doc say? The thigh doc says this. I trust what he says, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm hoping for the best. I think we all are, and that everybody says, toughen up, buttercup. This is a big game, and we need to prove that this win against the Titans isn't just against a beat up, bad Titans defense, but we found something. There's a spark that we have, and hopefully that spark that we have translates into the West Coast travel that we go and do up against the Seattle Seahawks. That being said, my last question for you, sir, before
Yes.
we get out of here. When it comes to when you see the news of Amari Cooper and how he's adapting to the squad, your thoughts? Because I mean, I need the thigh docs. You're versatile. You're not just a doc. You're not just a dancer. You know football. So your thoughts on Amari Cooper's addition and what it's done for this team in this short period of time. How you feel about
it? When he was on the field, it seemed like things worked. And someone backed it up. And I said after the game, I texted my buddy, I'm like, I bet some nerd can find out the EPA must have been a lot better when he was on the field. See, whenever he was on the field, they were actually, it looked like our old offense. And
Very
then
true.
they did.
Very true.
Scaglia was like, they were averaging like 10.9 yards a play when he was on the field. He changes everything. I mean, teams are going to have to respect him. And it just changes the coverage. It changes how you're going to play the team. And if you finally got one guy that can take some eyes, other stuff's going to open up, and everything just comes together from there. I think it was a great trade. I can't believe I can't believe we got him for so cheap is what I'm trying to say. It's just ridiculous. So I don't know why a team like the Chiefs wouldn't step up and give him a juicier offer, but I'm glad that we are the ones who got him. And he seems like a good guy. He's a vet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he doesn't need to know the whole playbook right away. Put him out there for X amount of snaps, make sure he knows what he's doing on those plays, and we're gravy.
We are gravy. And you know what? Just like that, the gravy is done, sealed up, put it away, and we'll bring the gravy back next time when my guy, the Thigh Doc, comes and joins us. Folks, Thigh Doc, let us know if any upcoming articles are coming up that we should be paying attention to before you get out of here.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. If something real big happens, I could do once in a while we'll do like a personal guy one, like when Allen, which I think still he had broken his hand. We did an article for that. Every week I'll put out on Saturday. If it's a Sunday game, it'll come out Saturday. If it's a Monday game, it comes out Sunday. Like an injury report, like a list of what to expect and what guys are dealing with. It's a nice summary of everything that's going on. I usually crack a couple jokes in the monologue on it, so it's a must read.
I appreciate it. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen,
I got one thing though.
Talk to me.
So I saw Z-Bot at the tailgate for the Jets game.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, I did have the tearaway pants, and let me tell you, there was these 3 people filming. They're walking around filming, and I got a little charm, so I pulled the one girl aside who was on the iPad, and I was like, "What are you guys filming? You just filming this lady?" It was the Buffalo food slut was there, so they're like, "No, we can't really tell you." Actually, I hope I'm not like burning her. So she hinted like it's like on the DL that they're filming for Netflix, and I'm like, "What? This is Netflix?" They're like, "Yeah, One Before I Die," and then it just came out today that Andre Reed and Chad Michael Murray.
Yep.
Right. Now let me tell you, they have an opportunity to put the thigh dance out there, because I got the guy to set up the camera. I walked from about, 10, 15 feet away. It was set up. I look like I'm pointing to someone behind him, and then I stop, rip off the pants, and I probably one of my best thigh dances ever. And then he zooms in. He comes closer, and I kind of did like the keep it low and just 3 or 4 thigh tightens up right in the camera. So
listen, I'm gonna tell you this, man. You're no stranger to finding the camera and the spotlight, and I hope it makes it to that documentary.
It's got to be gold. It's got to be gold.
And not even don't even explain it. Just get into the monologue of whatever the hell you talk about, and just cut to some guy doing a thigh dance. But it's not gonna be some guy, because everybody's gonna be like, I know that guy.
Yeah,
that's the thigh doc, and that's exactly what we want. So if you make it, ask for your residuals. I want you to ask for. I mean that dough that's gonna be coming in, because I mean that's gonna be spoken about. I'll tell you that right now.
My goal was always just to justify to my buddies who have had to deal with that for over a decade. If a Bills player would do that on the field, it would justify it to them. That was this is my life goal. I lure people in with the medical stuff, so they follow me, and then I start pumping out thigh videos to try to spread it. And then my ideal has changed because now I have a son who plays Fortnite, and they do those little emote dances. So if it ever gets to a point where the thigh dance is an emote, I think it'll be like my kid's wish, or my wish, but it would definitely like what are they saying in there? I can't read it.
They're saying the thigh dog finding a camera is like the linebackers that find themselves always around the football. You're just that natural. You're a natural, buddy. You're natural. Yeah. And that being said, that's where we end off. So, folks, when that documentary comes out, yeah. Andre Reed is cool. Yeah. Chad Michael Murray is all cool. Just wait till my guy Thigh Dog finds out, and I hope they get it right at the middle. Right, where all the meat and potatoes at. Don't put it at the end. Don't put it at the beginning. Right in the middle.
Fuck it. Put it right in the preview.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right, my man. Listen, have yourself a great night, and we'll catch you guys. We'll catch you on the flip side, brother.
My pleasure. Go Bills.
Yes, sir. That's our guy. The Thigh Doc comes in. So listen, man. Apart from obviously with him cracking us up and everything, but I mean, listen, news is news. So whether we feel good about the news that he's dropped on us on Bernard, it's iffy. It's iffy. If he can deal with pain, we may see him. Worst case scenario, he's out yet again, which really blows because this is a big game that we could use his services. He's so instinctual. He's around the football. You need that type of play. Dorian Williams, thankfully, it's not a big injury, but he's not Terrell Bernard, right? Let's keep it a buck here. He's not Terrell Bernard, but serviceable linebacker for sure. And then Balen Spector, obviously a depth linebacker. But I mean, listen, we're better when everybody's healthy, clearly. So hopefully we get the best version of these guys when they come through, and we'll go from there. So that being said, that's my guy, the Thigh Doc, giving us the injury report on these Bills going into Sunday's afternoon or evening slate against the Seattle Seahawks. So let's get right into our nitty gritty. But obviously, folks, you guys know we gotta pay the bills. So before we get into the nitty gritty, getting into it, we gotta talk about the wrong thing up there. Hey, yo, rookie mistake. So let's talk about our friends, the Underdog. So, folks, if you guys have not had a chance to jump in and download the app, go ahead and get on there, folks. Over 1 million fans across 33 states got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog. Went up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite players, stats, etc., touchdowns, you know it. Folks, if you guys were in that game and you watched the Titans, you saw what the defense was able to do. Will they be able to keep the Titans rush lower, or was it going to be higher? Was Josh Allen going to connect with our guy, Mr. Amari Cooper? He absolutely did. So, folks, go in there, use the code BMAFIA. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward. Very easy to use app. BMAFIA is the code you want to use on Underdog, and we'll give you a free pick to use on your first cash pickup, plus $1,000 bonus cash when you deposit. The Underdog fantasy promo BMAFIA. Claim your new customer special of free pick and your deposit offer. Folks, it's that simple. Jump in there, and it's really simple. So here's the disclaimer. You guys know what time it is. You got to be 18, especially if your state falls into this category. Know what time it is. And if you have issues, listen, Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. So, folks, let me get right into what we were talking about earlier. Swag. You see me. I got it. You hear me? I'm dripping. Kidding. Listen, I'm a 40-year-old man. I ain't dripping nothing, right? But what I do want to play with y'all is this. The Bills look good, especially in the second half. The real question is, can it be sustained? And that's what we've been asking ourselves, right? A lot of times, the Bills give us inconsistent play, right? We start off hot, then we go on some cold, you know what I'm saying, October, and we're up and down, and then we fire it back up late November, December, right? But then in the middle of that season, there's some inconsistencies where we're beating teams that we're supposed to beat. We lose to teams where you're like, what? You had no business losing to that team. So the Titans. And the big conversation being had right now is the Bills haven't beaten anyone. The Bills haven't beaten anyone. One of the dumbest things I used to say that, and I'll call myself out. I used to say, who the heck they beat, right? Yo, you got to win in this game. That's the name of the game. I don't care how you win, because these wins translate into you winning division. And if you win your division, you're automatically going to the playoffs. That's what everybody's trying to get into. Ask the Jets how it feels to make the playoffs. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know. They haven't been there forever. I mean, I don't think my kids were even born. I mean, I got a 21-year-old. I don't think they were born. I don't think they've been one since 2003. Have they? I mean, you'd have to go back and find out. That's how I feel how long it's been. So it's not easy to make the dance. It's not easy to jump in and do those things. So those are things that stand out in that regard. So that being said, when it comes down to these Bills getting their swagger back, I feel as though they have. I feel like they've turned a corner around. And Thadoc just mentioned something to us. The play of Amari Cooper being on the field absolutely just made the offense that much better. He said it himself, and I haven't looked it up, but he said it himself. It was 10 yards of play per, according to Joe Buscaglia. So him being on the field alone makes the difference. So why not get into it and feel good about them getting their swagger back? Josh having no glove on our practice, is he feeling like himself more? Are we going to get Josh with no glove next game? Has he become accustomed to it? Is he like Kobe Bryant that's keeping the shield, or Rip Hamilton when he broke his nose? Does he have a face mask? Is he just going to leave it because he's comfortable with it? Who knows? But the point is, he's at that 6-week mark where he's healthy. Do we get old Josh back? Right? Those are the things that you have to happen. Do we get Joe Brady back, knowing that Joe Brady now has an X receiver in Amari Cooper? So to me, absolutely, I feel like we've got our swagger back. The question is, can you sustain it? Right? Can you sustain it? Let me tell you something. I don't want the Bills to be, here's an analogy for y'all. I don't want the Bills to be like when kids go to high school, I'll say high school or middle school, first day of school, or first week of school. First week of school, I don't know about y'all, but you got your outfit lined up. Yo, Monday, I'm gonna rock this. Tuesday, I'm gonna rock that. And then Wednesday, yo, I'm gonna put this combination together and it's looking good. And now we good. So that swag is up. Week 2, we back to the clothes that we used to wear, during the summer and last year. So now that swag is a little off. So I don't want the Bills looking like first week of school, looking real good and giving us an impression that, all right, we might see we got a little swag from these boys. And then against the Seahawks, a dud. Because it's now going to fall into what most folks are trying to talk about. The Bills haven't beaten anybody. Boy, do I hate that. Can't stand it. Because if you look at what the Kansas City Chiefs have done, if you want to play that game, who the heck have they beat? Which I hate, because a win is a win. But look who they beat. They beat the 49ers. 49ers are what? Less than 500. They beat the Baltimore Ravens when the Baltimore Ravens, first week of the season, and they're not the same Baltimore Ravens they are now, right? So who else they beat? They beat the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are less than 500, right? They beat another team that's less than 500 right now. Can't recall. So you got 3 teams. They're 6-0. They got 3 teams that they've beaten at the time. You could say they weren't that good or whatever. I don't want to hear it, man. A win is a win. The Chargers, they beat them 10-7 or something like that. Or 10-7, correct. So, like, a win is a win at the end of the day. How you get it, I don't care. So the Bills beating the Titans, it was a matter of us correcting what we needed to correct, finding a groove, and sticking to that. We were way out of whack first half. Second half, we got our act together, and we started moving the football. And this is where and why I bring up this swagger thing. Because now it's very evident that we have a 2-headed monster running the football. We've known it. We've known there's been potential, but it's very clear and evident right now. Ray Davis and James Cook, your 2 backs that are scary to defend. You know what you get in James Cook. You absolutely know what you get in Ray Davis. O-line seems to be gelling and playing a lot better with one another. Now you add in Amari Cooper. That absolutely makes the rest of the team get better. I mean, you can see it. It's clear as day. Our rookie, Keon Coleman, has one of his best. He's got his career best performance. And right now, I think he's the 3rd leading receiver, or 7th. Is he 7th? He's a top 10 leading rookie receiver in the league right now. I think I saw something about 3. So not only that, it's boosted the confidence of your rookie. It's now going to open up. I mean, I feel like I'm like a broken record. It's now going to open up things for Kincaid and Dawson Knox. But the most important thing is Joe Brady, because this has been the biggest thing. Joe Brady has seemed to found a way to incorporate Cooper, get Josh free and willing to put the ball in the air more often than none. And now all others will start to open up. And then don't forget, you got a run game. So if this continues, this whole, moving the football and getting the ball in the air and being balanced, like we started the year, bro, we could really do some damage in these next few games. These next few games could tell us a whole lot. And then we face the big juggernaut in a couple weeks after the Seahawks in the Chiefs. So this could be a big time run. Now, I do want to address somebody that made a comment. So salute to my guy Brian Bowers. I see you, Brian. What's going on, boss? Who was this? Serenity? I don't know. I saw somebody by the name of Serenity. I think I saw Serenity. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me just scroll on up. I saw it, but then I was like, all right, I'm gonna address that afterwards. All right, it was Serenity. Serenity now, right? And he goes, trouncing bad teams and then looking like a dumpster fire against Baltimore and Houston should really make fans rethink things. Why? If you're a Bills fan, you watch the game. Everybody can tell you right now that against Baltimore, we got our ass beat. No question. We got our ass beat. We gotta hand it to us. There's no excuses to be made. But you can't tell me when you watch that Texas game that we were severely outplayed. Heck no. And if you believe that, you're a fool. And no disrespect, but I gotta say, you're a fool. If you thought that we got severely outplayed, and you're gonna make this comment to say against the Baltimore and Houston, how do you bring up Houston and you saw what they just put up against Green Bay? And I'm not even slouching Green Bay. I think Green Bay is a solid team. We were not at our best. We were definitely not at our best. But you can't tell me that we can't play with Houston. You kidding me? Heck no. Both teams at their best. That's a damn good game. But we gave that game to them, literally on a platter. This team is a good team. And thank goodness we got a franchise quarterback. Because without that franchise quarterback, we got problems. But that franchise quarterback is what puts things together. That franchise quarterback is what's going to make defenses respect what we have on the receiving line, respect not to turn their back against the quarterback. And if we need tough yardage, we have the personnel to get it done in the backfield. The real question is, can it be sustained? And that Seahawks offense is a good one. That's a very good offense. It's a top 10 offense. That Seahawks defense can play. Tariq Woolen is a dog. Witherspoon can play. Right? They got T-Dot on that squad, our former linebacker on that squad. He balling. He's a starter right now. He's doing well right now. So that Seahawks defense is really nothing to play with. So we're going to have to be at our best, but we're going to have to use that momentum from that second half of the Titans game to swing that into Seattle Seahawks on the West Coast. Now, my problem is, listen, traveling those long distances is tough. The fact that the Bills got to travel all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast, could that pose problems? I know it's an afternoon game, but does that slow them down, right? Does that put them in the position, right? My man Brian Bowers comes in and says that same Seahawks team lost to the damn Giants. Listen, man, this is the game. That's why you can't count out certain teams, man. Oh, who did you beat? You beat the Giants, or you lost to this team. Bro, this NFL, it's too hard to win. That's why every win that every team takes, you can't take it for granted. You think the Seahawks give a damn that they beat the Chargers 10-7? No, that stuff is in the rearview mirror. That stuff is in the rearview mirror. Side note, Amari Cooper is available. And apparently, Seahawks are in on the coop. And the Rams are willing to eat all the money that's owed to Cooper Kupp. If he goes to the Chiefs, that will be problematic. We already got a deal with Jerry Jones' bum ass allowing Derrick Henry to go to the Ravens. That's already an issue for us. And we found out firsthand, if the league allows Cooper Kupp to team up with Travis Kelce, Andy Reid, and Pat Mahomes, boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, this league is something else. Forget about Devontae Adams going to the Jets. That guy, love that player, but what a terrible decision. I know it's not your decision to go where you're traded, but you orchestrated that, right? You and your boy Aaron Rodgers orchestrated that, and now you got to deal with a 2-5 team. Good luck. But Cooper Kupp and the Chiefs, woo, that's tough. I mean, it's not Kupp, it's Coop. I got you. But Cooper Kupp going over there, that'd be something else, man. That'd be something else. But that's neither here nor there. The Bills have a grand opportunity. And that opportunity is to take down the Seattle Seahawks coming in. And I don't want to go too much into it. We're going to go a lot into it tomorrow with my guy, Carl Jones. We'll talk about it. But I want to kind of finish off and recap what's taking place with the Titans from last night. And we're going to get into, and this is where I'm going to need your help, folks, the good, the bad, and the ugly when it came to that game. Let's get into it right off the bat. The good. I mean, right off the rip, I love how we made our adjustments. The adjustments to me was the key to kind of turning things around. Whatever was spoken at halftime. And I've heard teams come in and say, hey, what normally goes on at halftime? Does the coaches sit there and just rip everybody? And I've heard people say, bro, we just go in there and have many conversations with ourselves. Bro, we could be better. We could do this. We could do that. And then there's really not much conversation. We just go back out there and regroup and do what we got to do. Maybe that's just what happens in the Bills room. Or McDermott just goes into the offense side of the room, talks to these boys, pumps them up, talks to Joe Brady, goes to Bobby Babbage and say, here's what we got to do. Here's what I see. Here's what's happening. We got to be more aggressive. Let's throw on the blitz. Let's make these guys uncomfortable. Whatever was said or whatever was discussed amongst one another in that locker room, it worked. So those adjustments that we continue to make are key. And this is what coaching is about. This is what sometimes the NFL is about. It's a chess game, right? Every you playing basketball, every quarter is a chess game. Okay, here's what they did this quarter. All right, we got to get them next quarter, right? I'm watching. I'm not a baseball watcher. I've never watched baseball. For some reason, I'm watching the Yankees. I don't know who they're playing. The Cubs were playing last night. And Juan Soto, this brother's just staring down the pitcher. Pitcher's like, I don't know what I'm going to throw you, but I don't know if it's going to be a changeup, a breaking ball, a fastball, you know what I mean, a knuckle. I don't know what I'm going to throw you. And this brother, Juan Soto's chewing his gums like, I see you. Bring on the next one. All right. Bang. Foul ball. All right. I bet you. And but he's baiting him, waiting for him. Pop. There goes that ball. Stadium. Right? It's chess. So whatever McDermott figured out and his coaching staff have figured out about the Titans and they turned that thing around, kudos to them. Kudos to them. That was great. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Now, we're going to stick with the good. We're going to stick with the good. To me, man, that Soto guy, that boy a baller, boy. And he's a big dude. I saw him standing next to Aaron Judge. I was like, yo, and Aaron Judge is a big guy. So Soto's probably a big dude, unless I'm wrong, but that boy looks like he's got some size on him. Anyway, moving on. Let's stick to this good, because there was a lot of good that happened in this game, right? And that was seeing Josh Allen catch rhythm. Boy, isn't it a pretty ball game when Josh Allen catches rhythm? It's so pretty because now you can run your play action. You can roll out to the right. You can now, because everything is gelling, defense doesn't know what you're doing. You've got time. Your O-line is blocking. Ain't nobody getting to you. It's lovely to see 17 get in the groove. It's lovely to see 17 just start pitching and catching with everybody. Like Amari Cooper just got here. And they're already kind of getting some chemistry with one another. But it's always an advantage when the receiver that you're throwing to can actually get separation. Love to see it. Let me keep rolling. The good. Keon Coleman. Isn't it nice to kind of, some of the people that were talking about Keon Coleman, you need to step up, right? And it's now we're approaching mid of the season, and maybe he's starting to figure things out. Maybe this was a fluke. I don't know. Maybe these guys weren't good enough, but it wasn't even that. It was about making the catch and doing something with the football afterwards. It was about the yards after catch, and this is what I love. But it brings up the confidence in your rookie receiver. Were you expecting a whole lot from Keon Coleman this year? No, right? Who we were expecting a lot from was Kincaid and Khalil Shakir. Hopefully, we were hoping that our guy Keon Coleman would develop and find his way through into the season. And right now, we've seen some improvements coming from Keon Coleman. And the improvements will only increase with the addition of Amari Cooper. So the great thing is you're seeing your rookie develop right in front of your eyes. And lo and behold, man, that could be the nice 1, 2, 3 punch. 4. You mean the 4 horsemen? And Keon, Coop, Kincaid, Khalil. Damn. You mean quadruple K? I mean, you got Keon. I mean, I don't want to say the quadruple because Coop, but we know. You mean that gang. Every one of these guys are rolling, man. Kincaid, Khalil, Keon, Coop. What's up, man? I like it. That's a nice rotation. And what one single piece can do to an offense, right? Losing a single piece, what that can do to offense. Go look at the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins are a dumpster fire. They are a dumpster fire. And the dumpster fire is not even in the city. It's on the outskirts. Ain't nobody care. Ain't nobody know what's going on. It's bad. Oh, by the way, we forgot Knox. Brock Campbell, I see you, bro. I see you. Oh, and Curtis Samuel. Anyway, now we're getting out of hand. But here we are. Hear me out, though. One single player can absolutely destroy the chemistry of a team, i.e. the Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa. You see what happened? The Dolphins are absolutely abysmal. You got guys, you got 2 receivers that are worth over $200 million, combining for 25 yards total. That receiver room is stacked. I didn't even mention Odell Beckham Jr. But when you got no quarterback, it's a problem. Go to the Bills. The Bills lose Diggs. We look good at the start of the season, but once you start figuring out that these guys can't get right, can't get open, bro, it's all hell. We locking you up man to man. Let's go. You tell me what you can do. We're gonna make your quarterback uncomfortable. Oh, wait a minute. Now here comes Amari Cooper. Now we can't do this whole man-to-man thing because if you do, you pay. And that's exactly what Amari Cooper is going to make a lot of these defenders do. You better respect me. You're going to respect my quarterback, and you're going to respect these boys on the squad. Double team me all you want. These boys going to eat. You don't want to do that. So now, this offense becomes something fun to watch now. I'll be honest, man, there were moments where I was watching this game. I was like, damn, what are we going to do? I'm sitting here watching like this. All right, run. First down, cool. Second down, run. All right, bet. Okay, 3rd and long. Here we go. What do we got? Okay, 3rd and. Bro, we can't have that. But we won't have that because now we have a receiver that can actually deliver. So to me, the good, obviously, Keon Coleman come through and the addition of Amari Cooper that opens things up. And that's why it got our guy, Joe Brady, out of the doghouse. Because, you know what I mean? I'm going to keep it real. That brother was in the doghouse for me. I needed to see something from him. But it doesn't stop because now you got a tough matchup against the Seahawks. So that game plan better be money. Let's keep it rolling. Second half defense. Groot. I got to name 2 players. Real talk. Right? Greg Rousseau and AJ Epinesa. AJ Epinesa is not getting enough love. And Groot has gotten his love this year, and he deserves it, and he's deserved it this game. But AJ Epinesa quietly is having a solid year. He's quietly having a solid year, and you got to give credit to where credit is due. AJ Epinesa right now, if my memory serves me correct, potentially leads this team in sacks. And I'm about to just jump in and see what these Bills are talking about, because I believe he probably does. He's quietly put together a pretty decent season thus far, a trustworthy season, and I love to see it. Right now, defensively, our leading sacker right now is H. Epinesa with 4. Greg Rousseau 3.5, Von Miller 3, and he's been suspended 4 games. Wait till Von Miller comes back. It's on and cracking. It is on and cracking. So big shout out to AJ Epinesa. He's doing what he needs to do. Get after the quarterback, force fumbles, do what you got to do. He's got 2 forced fumbles this year. AJ Epinesa, 2 forced fumbles this year. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So big shout out to AJ Epinesa. Big shout out to Greg Rousseau. Boy, listen, man. You gotta give these guys credit. They came out and wanted to play, and they did well. They did well. Now, do we want consistency? That's the big one, because the defense sometimes shows up, and then the pass rush disappears. And you're like, yo, who is getting after the quarterback? Where's Von Miller? I don't want to have to be calling for Von Miller at 35 years of age. I want my young bucks getting after it. But here we are. There's not a whole lot you can do. You got to deal with what you got. But sometimes these boys do disappear, right? I need my AJ Epinesas all the time. I need my Greg Rousseaus to show up all the time. But like I said, maybe this game is the spark that we needed. That second half is the spark that we needed to get these boys going. AJ Epinesa's fumble would open things up. Dwayne Carter and his stuff on 3rd down and 4th down is exactly what we needed, which brings me to my second last good that I want to portray on this thing. Right? Rookie class. Bro, think about it. Rookie class absolutely came through this game. Brandon Codrington. You have no worry when he's returning the football. None. Dwayne Carter, big time defensive stuff. And he's actually playing well this year. Very well. The time that he's been on the field, he's been doing well. Give him that credit that he deserves, brother. My man D. Carter doing the damn thing. So far this year, the rookie defensive tackle, he's got 2 sacks. 2 assisted. I got my numbers all wrong. Excuse me. Dwayne Carter this year, I believe. Let me just go back and let me make sure I'm confirming that. Where's my guy D. Carter? Oh, Mr. Carter, where you at? He's got no sacks this year thus far. Excuse me. But I wanted to do, he's got 3 tackles for a loss. That's the number I was looking at. He's got 3 tackles for a loss. And that's limited time. Daquan Johnson is what's getting the time, and Ed Oliver. So kudos to these boys, man. Daquan Johnson's got 2 sacks this year. Dwayne Smoot is getting in on the action. So kudos to them, man. The rookie class. Keon Coleman getting busy. Absolutely getting busy. He got busy this game. Ray Davis, Codrington, Dwayne Carter. Let's go, man. These young boys are playing. These young boys are born. And we haven't really even got a full scope of Cole Bishop. Wait till Cole Bishop kind of starts to get busy. But I'm a big fan of what Dwayne Carter's doing. I love it. I was a big fan when we drafted him. I was a big fan of getting Ray Davis. I'm a big fan of Cole Bishop. Wait till these boys, you know what I mean, start really putting things together. Shoot. Watch out, man. We just got to gel. We just got to gel a little bit more. Gel a little bit more, and that's what it is. Here we go. Let's keep it rolling. And last but not least, you guys are probably going to be like, why are you giving love to this guy? But I got to. We poo-poo on this player, but you got to give him love. Tyler Bass. Why are you giving love for a guy that's supposed to do his job? The same way that we give Josh Allen love for doing his job. He's a franchise quarterback. You're supposed to do this, what we do. But we still give him love, don't we? Don't we? Yeah, exactly. Right? So why can't we do that to the kicker? The kicker, he's been having a rough go. And the fact that he's gotten over the nonsense, the crowd got behind him. This boy can nail 6 kicks, 4 extra points, 2 field goals. That's what you want. Now, mind you, these were mediocre kicks. I mean, between 29 and 35 yards, 40 yards. The ones that really matter, the ones that we'll be looking forward to, are those 55s, 57, 59. Because that seems to be what the norm is these days with these kickers kicking balls, man. It seems to be the norm. Every time I turn around, 57-yard kick, done. What? That used to be crazy. Back in the 57 yards, you'd be like, whoa, that boy nice. Now, chip shot. It's crazy. So the fact of the matter is this. We're starting to see a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of, some buzz from our guy, Tyler Bass. Hopefully, like I said, this is the spark that continues and he keeps going. What's Walter say? Walter said, I know we're not comparing kicker doing his job to a quarterback. Come on, man. That's like comparing a gym teacher to a physics professor. You're a fool. There's no way I'm comparing the kicker to the quarterback, but the quarterback's paid a lot of good money. And so if he has a good game, we can't be wowed by it. He got paid for it. That's all I'm saying. We praise the quarterback. You got to give some kickers some love too. The kickers need love as well. Can't hate on him. A phys ed teacher to a physics. I like that. That was good. That's good, Walter. That's why I mess with you, bro. Anyway, that's the good. If I'm missing anything that stood out to you in the good department, y'all let me know. This is your opportunity to jump in. So let's slide on to the bad. What stood out to you in the bad? How about we do this? The bad, poor play in the first half. But let's be more specific. We just no rhythm. Play calling was blah, right? We couldn't muster anything. Things just weren't coming together. Time of possession was out of whack. 3 and out. Third downs continues to be terrible. Like, just not a good half. False starts, like my man Koala said. False start penalties, run defense. You name it. There's a lot of bad in the first half of that football. You name it. A lot of bad. Buffalo Chris says, yo, the bad. Everybody and their mothers know we will be running the ball on first down. Buddy, you're not lying. And sometimes you just got to, feel out the defense and see what kind of formation they're giving you and all that good stuff. And I get it. Start the game, run the ball. I get it. But it became very predictable. Became predictable last game. It was predictable in the first half. Thus, the Titans kind of, put the clamps on us. But this third down is really, really killing me. I don't know whether I should put that in the ugly department. I will. I'm going to put that in the ugly department. My man said Daquan Johnson. What about Daquan Johnson? Who the heck is Daquan Johnson, first of all? You mean Daquan Jones? Anyway, we do have to make those. We got to figure ourselves out sooner instead of waiting till the second half, because sometimes the second half is just not enough. Sometimes you bury yourself into too deep a hole and you're stuck and you can't get out, i.e. the Baltimore Ravens. We buried ourselves and we could not get out. My man Walter says the bad adjustments. I'm sick of us needing to make adjustments because that means we weren't prepared. Against the good teams, we paid in losses for early mistakes and trying to catch up. You're not wrong. But you know what? Another thing that comes down to it too, right? Because you said something that we weren't prepared. See, I'm not totally in on the lack of preparation. Sometimes it becomes they are prepared, they're not executing. It's the lack of execution. So being prepared is one thing. You know what you want to do. You got the game plan. If the game plan is awful, put it on the coach. Nothing's working. But the game plan, you can't always blame it on the game plan. It's sometimes the execution. It's the players not doing what they're supposed to do. Prime example. Let's go back to the Jets game against the Bills. You got a Mike Williams. I mean, we could talk about this ad nauseum, but you got a Mike Williams that if we keep a 100 with one another, if he is in the right place where he's supposed to be, that's a big play for the Jets and a potential touchdown, and could be a touchdown that they needed to win that game. But they didn't execute. It was a perfectly planned and prepared play, but they did not execute the play. Was that because they were prepared? No, it's because of lack of execution. You didn't execute. You decided to break off your route when you should have got wide enough and stayed on the red line. But he didn't do that. So lack of execution. Too often we blame not being prepared when real problem was we didn't execute the play. I called this play, you did this, and you deviated from it. So whose fault is that? Is that on me? As the coach, you got to take it. You got to own it. But a lot of times, bro, it's a lack of execution. It's what it comes down to. But I'm with you in the regards of make these adjustments. You keep making this adjustment. There's going to come a time where you bury yourself in too deep a hole, and those mistakes will cost you the adjustment. You can make all the adjustments you have, but then time is you're running out of time. Too little time to make to get over the hump. So Walter, in a way, you're correct. I'm not saying you're wrong at all, because that is the case. But there comes a problem of execution. Sometimes it's just lack of execution. That's what it comes down to. What's up, Bartek? What it do? Bartek says, yo, I don't know, Rico. I'm not a fan of our D line sometimes. They show up sometimes, and sometimes they don't. There's rarely any consistency. I wish we had a game record like the Steelers, Bengals, Chiefs, and Raiders, Browns, and 49ers. Well, let me tell you something. Steelers, amazing. They're playing good ball right now. The Bengals are under 500. The Chiefs, Chris Jones is unbelievable. The Raiders, under 500. The Browns, under 500. 49ers, under 500. So what are we talking about here? And I'm not even trying to get at you, my guy. I'm really not going to. But they have these game records. But 3 out of 4 of those teams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those teams you just mentioned, 2 of them are over 500. And the rest of them, under. 49ers, they're banged up, real banged up. The Browns, they're destined to not even sniff the playoffs. Forget about it. Raiders, probably doing the same. And the Bengals are fighting for their life right now. Game record my ass. That's what I say. That's what I say, man. My man Brian Barrows, what up, B? He goes, do y'all realize the Bills have given up 96 points in the first half and only 33 points in the second half? Why not just play both halves like the second, damn it? If life were so easy, Mr. Bowers, if life were so damn easy. But what it comes down to is this. You show me yours, I'll show you mine, right? And now we adjust. Second half, okay, I've seen all the things you need to show me. You've seen what I need to show you. So now I got to adjust to what you showed me. I need to counter what you showed me, and vice versa. Who has the better game plan to counter what the opposition is doing? That's what it's going to come down to. That's where these adjustments come in. Will my adjustments counter yours? It's a counterpunch. Before you were hitting me, you were jabbing me like crazy. I couldn't slip it. I was trying my best to slip it, but I couldn't. You kept on doing it until I found out your pattern. You throw 2 jabs and you go for a body. So now that I know you're going for your 2 jabs, I'm slipping that, pop that, pow, counter that, and that's what's happened. That's what's happened so far in the Bills in the second half. We getting jabbed and we getting bloodied. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, okay, clean up, man's cleaning it up, and then second half, that's when we start to kind of realize your pattern. Okay, we got it. Problem is, we went against the Ravens. They haymakered our asses. The birdies were going around our head, and they never went away. We could never recover. We couldn't recover. It's crazy. But you're right, though. I wish we could actually adjust sooner or get off to a quicker start. And that's been our problem. We have not been able to get off to a quick start. We're falling behind, and we're not executing. Like going 0-5. We can't even move the ball. We're making Sam Martin punt 5 times. You know how many times he punted in the second half? I think it was 0. Not a punt. So adjustments. Great that we made the adjustments, but crummy that we're sitting here having to make adjustments to try to get back in the game. Like, there's no reason that Titans team should have hung around with us that long. No reason. None. We're a far better, far superior team than they are. But we let them hang around, and that's the problem. Letting teams hang around when they got no business hanging around with us. Gabriel, what's up? Gabriel Wendell says, yo, Rico, you realize the Bills have played 4 of the last 5 games on the road next week? Dude, we've been road warriors. I know. We've been on the road. So hopefully, we're going to get some reprieve soon where we have a couple games home. But golly, we've been on the road, man. We've been doing it. And right now, we're 5-2. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. I'll take it. Let me get my super chat come in from my man, Chris Matlock. Thanks for the super chat, my guy. Third down comes to our dudes versus their dogs. So our dogs versus their dogs. Most cases, we've been dogged in the passing game. We've been not dogged in the passing game. We need more depth at backer also. I think that's something that we're trying to. I know. So they say we're trying to address. Whether true or not, I'm not certain. I'm not certain what we're trying to do, but we'll see. We'll see. My man Brian Barrett comes in. Yo, Joe Marino said the same thing, Rico. He feels that the coordinators aren't showing their hand in the first half, and then they just adjust and bring it in the second. That's dangerous against the elite teams. That's what I feel, man. It's like we're playing cat and mouse. Okay, I'll show you a little bit. Okay, so we'll do some vanilla, but like I think we too bland. Put a little bit of spice in there, right? And Joe and I might be like-minded because that's how I feel. Because in the second half, all of a sudden we're motioning, we're doing all these things, we're moving things around. All of a sudden we're doing plays we weren't doing in the first half. Why not put them to bed in the first? Put them to bed in the first, and then pile it on them in the second, and let the young bucks take over. Who am I? I'm no coordinator. And it's a big game of chess. Let me see if my vanilla plays can work against their defense. And if it does, I can keep my good plays tucked in the back when I got to face a tough opponent in the Chiefs. Sometimes, and I hope that's not the case, but sometimes holding on to certain plays and certain packages, you wait until you take, you play the big dogs like the Chiefs. So maybe, just maybe, for an opponent like the Titans, bro, we're going to try to keep it as vanilla as possible because I believe that my guys are better than your guys. Here's the problem. We were facing a Titans defense that's number 2 in the league. Granted, they were missing L'Jarius Sneed. Kenneth Murray got hurt. And but they still got dogs on that squad. Denard was still calling a good game until our dogs decided to bark a little louder. And we got the job done. But I truly do believe that I'm not giving you everything I got. I'm going to hold out. I'm going to play vanilla. I'm just going to lean on my guys beating yours. But here's the problem. We don't have the dogs, or did not have the dogs, to do this whole vanilla. You can do vanilla with elite players, right? You can do vanilla when Josh has an elite player to throw to. You could do vanilla when Josh has a healthy receiver to throw the ball to in Khalil Shakir. Now that you got Amari Cooper, maybe those vanilla plays will work. But right now we're about to play the Seahawks. Throw that vanilla bullshit out the way. Get some good plays in there. Simple as that. But it's a gamesmanship at this time. Sometimes, this whole BS, calling plays like this, So yeah, we're gonna go zip right to 269. You know what I mean? Omaha, go. Ready? Break. You ain't got to do that. Call the goddamn play and go. It's a game and shit. So even as something as little as this, cover your mouth and talk some bullshit. It might be as little as vanilla plays being called. It's one of those things. Anyway, let's move on to the ugly. The ugly. I got a question for my guy, Walter. Walter's gonna try to stop me here. All right, I'm waiting for you, Raw. I'm waiting for you, Walter. Here we go. Question, Rico. If we flame out another year due to largely in part to defense, what do you think of philosophical defensive change with McDermott becoming more of a CEO type of head coach as opposed to running? Well, isn't that what we're doing right now? Because he's not running the play. He's given all that to Bobby Babich. According to the beginning of the season when he says, I'm not calling plays, Babich is the one calling plays. So technically, that's exactly what he's doing right now. Unless I'm reading that incorrectly, that's what's going on. You're saying, what do you think of a philosophical defensive change with McDermott becoming more of a CEO? I think he's become that. He's now overseeing everything. And that's why I feel those halftime adjustments is CEO coming in and saying, here's what I see. Offense, boom. Start to dig in that bag and let's get going. Defense, let me get a little more pressure coming from you guys because I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm sure there's communication in the first half as well, but maybe that could be something that plays a part. Could be something that plays a part. But I'd love to see more of how that plays out. That's the way I look at it. But great question. Great question. Here we go. Let's go to the bad. By the way, if you guys are appreciating this stream and appreciating what's popping right now, do me a favor. Let's get this video to 450 likes. Let's get it to 5. Let's be nice. You know what I mean? There's going to be about 500 y'all watching this thing. I mean, right now, we got 500 right now on all platforms. So let's get this video to 500 likes. If you know someone that is a Bills fan and not following us, what are you waiting for? Tell them, hit them up, say follow us, and keep it rolling. Lastly, I want to appreciate and thank each and every one of you guys that have become a member of the Bean Squad. You guys know what time it is, man. For those that are members that pay every month, you know what I mean, just for mere support, we appreciate that. And if you want to be part of that, www.supportbf.com. It's all there, and we appreciate it. You listen, I don't thank y'all enough because a lot of y'all have this channel running because of the support that you guys give us here. So please accept my gratitude. We appreciate it. Let's roll. Now, move in to the ugly. Right off the rip, third downs. We're terrible at third downs. We're horrible. We are bottom of the league tier third down play. We cannot compete and play with the big dogs if we can't convert on third downs. We can't compete with the big dogs if we're 2nd and 2, right? Or we're 3rd and 4 in a manageable down and we jump offside. We're 3rd and 1 and we go illegal motion, right? We're 2nd and 9 and a holding call. Like, discipline is killing us because now with those things, we're now getting off the field. And I say this all the time, and I sound like a broken record. We're giving more opportunity to bums like the Titans to stay in hand. Can't have it. If we're going to try to compete with these top players and these top teams, we got to be better on third downs. We absolutely have to be better on third downs. And we are not that team right now. We're not doing well. The fact that we're 5 and 2, mind-boggling. I'm be real with you. We're 5 and 2, and we're hitting at a what? What's our percentage right now? On third down percentage, we're hitting at a 33.7% rate. Took out my damn earphones. We're hitting at a 33% rate. Buddy, 3 times out of 10, we're hitting. Can't have that. We were near the top of the league. So what were we doing last year that we're not doing this year? You know what it is? Execution. You know what it is? Lack of discipline. That's what's killing us. Our opponents are hitting on a 41% rate to our 33%. Can't have it. Can't have it. And it's not like we're turning the ball over. We're not even turning the ball over. We're not even turning the ball over. But we're giving them the opportunity. Like right now, we've fumbled the ball 6 times and we've lost it twice. Time of possession right now, we've got to be better. We've got to be better. We're getting penalized way too much. We've been penalized 40 times this year for 314 yards, but they've been crucial. I feel like they've been crucial in our development and our ability to do well. We've absolutely got to be better in that aspect. But 33%, that's the bad. We've got to be better. Here's the bad. We're starting off way too damn slow. We're starting off way too slow in games. And when we get hit in the midst of starting slow, very difficult for us to recover, having us wait till second half to make adjustments. And if we're lucky enough and we're skillful enough and we got our acting, we can turn things around and win the game. But on 2 occasions, we weren't able to. Based on lack of converting on third downs, lack of execution, and slow starts. Bro, those are recipes for disaster. Absolute recipes for disaster. We got to be better. And how do we get better? Discipline. And sometimes, and this is no slouch on either running back, James Cook, Ty Johnson, or Ray Davis. But I remember we were doing this last year and the year before when our run game was not as effective. We were substituting, run the football for maybe 2 to 3 yards to a receiver screen. They were both equivalent to the same thing. If I can't run against this team, I'm going to quick hit for a receiver screen. And I find that we do that here and there. And we were doing it last year. Now we're starting to run the football. But sometimes if the advantage is the receiver against that DB, take it. If that defensive front is whooping our ass, don't run right into the teeth of that defense. But I also understand that if we can't run the football, play action is going to be nothing. So this is Joe Brady has to find that balance. But these slow starts, absolutely killing us. We've got to start better. We can't be sluggish. We absolutely can't be sluggish. Straight up and down. But I'm not going to sit here and harp too much on the bad, because that some of the bad is not as bad as ugly, as we want it to be. But these third downs, it's going to cost us. It's already cost us already, but it's going to cost us when we really need something to break down. We really need something to happen. It's been killing us. But the fact that we've added Amari Cooper, that changes everything. So that moment that we need that one-on-one to be won, this guy's one of the best in the game in getting separation. 2.7 yards per route on separation. You kidding me? All day, every day. You saw exactly that in the slot when he scored his touchdown. Poor DB didn't know what hit him. DB sitting here, getting in his back pedal, turned his hips, over, done. The minute your hips turned just a little bit, my man turned into Patrick Swayze. Dirty Dancing, turned his hips, over with. My man Amari Cooper put that baby in a corner. Sit there. Let me get this tutty. So much potential on his team with the addition of that one piece. But these third downs they gotta go. We gotta be better. Salute to my guy, 10K Drippy. What's up, Drips? Yo, first down, we run. Second down, we run. Third down, we throw. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Nate Hackett, just a little bit. Nate Hackett used to do it to us all the time. I was getting sick of that man. Sick of him now. He's not even my coach. Anyway, y'all see what time it is. So those are the ugly for me. If you guys have anything that stood out that was ugly, Y'all let me know. So first half slow starts, gotta go. Third downs, we gotta be better. Those the third down conversions, we gotta execute. We're not hitting on a high mark. We're just not. We could be better. We absolutely could be better. All right. Let's move on to the next segment before I get out of here. And it's been a while since I've done it. And it's the milk carton. And I have a new segment that I'm gonna be bringing in. And I just gotta get the graphic for it. But it's gonna be called Tough Love. Tough Love. Let me give you guys a glimmer of what it's gonna look like. And Tough Love, and you guys know it because you're not poo-pooing on anybody. You don't want to poo-poo on anybody. But like this is what I'm just giving you a glimmer. This is what it's gonna look like. All right. Tough love. And there's gonna be players that deserve tough love. And we'll get to that once I get my graphic up and going. But here's where we stand. Milk carton candidate. Who deserves to be on this list? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it for a minute? Who's on this list? Is somebody on the offensive line? Is it somebody in the defensive back room? Is it one of the coaches? Is it McDermott? Who deserves to be on the milk carton? Who's been missing? And for those that have been watching me for years, you guys know what time it is. This is no shade. We're just asking where said player has been. Do you plan to show back up? Can we get you on the stat sheet? Can we get you being an impact and making plays on a consistent basis? Is your contract, are we getting the most out of your contract? Is it your fault? Are you not getting playing time? Talk to me. Who deserves to be on this list? Excuse me, not even on the list, the candidate. Who is the winner of that? My man said, Ed Oliver and Dawson Knox. Brian Bowers, he ain't. Listen, man, he's not missing nothing. But get right to it. Get right in them guts. Ed Oliver. Now here's the deal. I think I had two players on this list. I was gonna go one offense, one defense. I'm gonna go on the offense side of the ball first. That's Curtis Samuel. I don't care. Listen, I don't care. He's hurt. Yeah, he's hurt. But it irks me to my core when I realize how much money he got paid. It's not his fault. If you're worth $8 million to the team that gave you $8 million, hey, Brian Bowers, nope. I don't care. We're getting his ass. He's on my list. That's tough love. I love that, brother, but that's tough love. I got to give it to him. Curtis Samuel. Bruh, we're paying you big money, bruh. $8 million to be exact. You know who else costs $8 million that's currently in the running and should be in the running for MVP? Yeah, that's right. Derrick Henry. It cost the Ravens $8 million to get this brother on that team. And he is absolutely in the running for MVP. If nobody has him in there, it's shame on them. He's absolutely in the running for MVP. And here we have Curtis Samuel. That's got the speed, that's got all the ability in the world. And we can't get anything out of this guy? Where you at? This whole, I mean, I'm past the whole everybody eats business. But fam, I need something out of that, brother. I need something, man. And Joe Brady, you gotta like open something up for this guy. Because he's too talented, he's too athletic for us to be messing around. But yet, here we are. And it's sick as me because you got Derrick Henry that leads the league at age 30, 873 yards rushing. He's going 6 yards a pop. He's got 8 touchdowns, and he's rushing for 124 yards a game. Golly. Man. And then, I don't even know what Curtis Samuel's stats are like. Let me bring up Curtis Samuel. And I know you're hurt, brother. I know you're hurt. But even before you were hurt, much to be desired. Much to be desired. 12 receptions this year, 92 yards, 0 touchdowns. Bro, we are not getting the most or anything out of Curtis Samuel. Milk carton candidate, recipient, Curtis Samuel. And I hate it because he's too talented for him to be giving us 12 receptions for that little yards. Bro, unlock this, brother. Somebody's got to unlock Curtis Samuel. And this is not me poo-pooing on Curtis Samuel saying he sucks. It's just we're not getting anything out of him. Someone unlock him on that freaking offensive staff. Find a way. Holy jumpins, man. But he's got to help himself. He's got to help himself. That's my guy, Curtis Samuel. Offensive milk carton. EPB, where you get the EPB, PBA. What is it? What's the you know what I mean? When the P League's got to call him, what's that? I usually use it for these guys. Get him out of here. When I say get him out of here, get him on the field. Let's get him activated. Man, I hate to put my brother there, but exactly what it is, man. Hopefully, Joe Brady can unlock this brother. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball. I mean, you guys said it. I didn't. I'm going by what the fan is saying. I'm going by what the viewers are saying. Edward Oliver. Edward. Our guy, Edward. Paid handsomely. I know he had a game that he was banged up a little bit. But we're going to need Ed Oliver from last year, bro. We need Edward from last year. We need you, bro. And right now, we're not getting the Edward Oliver that we need. Been quiet, super quiet. And for what we know you're capable of doing, we haven't been seeing too much. And I know it's not about all statistics. I know that. I'm not silly enough to say it's all about stats, but it's not. But I need more impact from my guy. And it starts with defending the run, because right now, the run game, we're bottom tier run defense. And that starts with the defensive front. Starts up with Daquan Jones, starts up with Ed Oliver, and we go from there. This year alone, Ed Oliver, 6 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble. How does that make you feel? Dwayne Carter, 7 tackles this year. That's Dwayne Carter. Just to kind of give you an idea, Daquan Jones, 8 tackles, 2 sacks. These guys are all great, but I paid Ed Oliver big money. I need more from him out of that. You're my 3 tech, my G. I need you. So that's where he stands for me. I need a little bit more from my guy, Ed Oliver. Love him. A little tough love. That's all. A little more. Because a little more from you opens up this whole defense and we rocking shit. A little more from Curtis Samuel opens up a new level of this offense. Scary times. But we're not there yet. So the silver lining in this is that the season is still early. We're about to hit the mid-mark. Season's still early, that we can open things up and find some ways. Looking forward to it. We'll see how this all plays out. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my time. If you guys enjoyed this show, you guys enjoyed this stream, do me a favor. Let's get this video up to 500 likes. Show you boys some love. If you have not followed the squad, you haven't followed anybody on social media, go ahead and follow us all. My man Zeba, P Money, my man, you know what I'm saying, myself, and hit up my man Bobby. If you haven't followed the Instagram page, go ahead and follow the Instagram page. This is where we get all our updates as to what's going on. We appreciate y'all. There's always something going on with the Bills. And if you want to get all your latest information, Twitter, Instagram, you name it, is all there. Jump in on that. If you have not supported the brand, Go ahead and support the brand at www.supportbf.com. We got the Seahawks next. It ain't going to be an easy task. We got our hands cut out for us. But when you got a franchise quarterback in Josh Allen, and we seemed to have found a little bit of swagger to go with this offense, we might be onto something. We absolutely might be onto something. So we'll see how it all plays out. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed the show, you guys know what to do. And we always appreciate you guys always tuning in. I always like doing this. I'm gonna tell you this. Let me answer this for once and for all. Ladies and gentlemen, Rev is absolutely fine. Rev is our guy. We still talk to Rev. We didn't say, Rev, that's our brother. That's our guy. He's alive and well. He's taking time off to do his personal business. He's still alive. He's on Twitter. Hit him up. I get this in my comment section all the time. Where's Rev? And you guys are the same people that follow him on Twitter. Golly, you see him? Hit that brother up. He'd love to hear from you. Rev is alive and well. Love that brother, man. One of these days, they're going to bring him on just to make you guys all right. He's all right. We didn't do nothing to him. He's on Twitter all day. My man Brian Bauer knows. Yo, I talk to Rev on Twitter all the time. Oh, he's there. He's active. You know what I mean? But he's handling things on the side. You know what I mean? There's adulting that needs to be done. I mean, shoot, I need to be doing some adulting myself. You know what I mean? I'm still a kid at heart. We still got business to take care of. Anyway, for the last time I'm out of here. Appreciate you guys. I'm nursing this cold. I got to try to get myself right and make sure that we're back on track until we meet again on Friday when I meet with my boy Zeba. I'll be back tomorrow because we're going to do the top 10 for week 7. Week 8? Yeah, I think we're going to week 8. Week 8, baby. So week 8 power rankings are coming up. Where will the Bills fall? Are we top 10? Heck yeah, we top 10. Question is, have we climbed back into top 5? Was that Titans game enough for us to climb to top 5? You guys let me know. I'll be joined tomorrow by my guy Carl Jones. We'll both share our notes. Then we'll go through the schedule to see who we think is going to win, who's going to lose. And then we'll talk some Bills football and around the league football, and we call it a day. So do me a favor. Tune in tomorrow and tune in back on Friday, and then we got game time on Sunday. Let's go. So that's my time, folks. You guys enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys on the flip. And until next time, it's your boy Rico. It's the Buffalo Fanatics. It's the Rico Report. It's your boy, and I'm gone. Let's go.
I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Hey, I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Just like Rico, going live, talking to my people. Cause the team's driven like West Hurt. Other teams can't, it's a repo. The opponents gotta call up Triple O. Bills Mafia, we heating up. We too electrical. We got bean the plug. Electric show. We wired up. Hit up Rico. He fired up. We know where we stand on the power rankings. Other teams fans in the comments hating. We block them all. We protecting Josh. Salute to him. He the general now. Rico got legends for interviews. How the Buffalo Bills got the best fan base. Away games, red, white, blue in the crowd. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Hey, I'm a Buffalo fanatic.